Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Andrew here with Complete Street Performance, and today we are back on the C8 Twin Turbo project. Yes, the CSP Twin Turbo C8. Now, for those of you who are just joining us, the CSP Twin Turbo C8 is going to differ from what a lot of you guys have seen in terms of the turbo location. The fact that some of these manufacturers, in their rush to turn out a turbo kit, have been putting the turbos down in the exhaust. Now, that's not a big issue, but it's not where ideally we wanted to see them. First and foremost, if you put it after the cat and the cat fails, it's going to spit cat into your turbo setup, and it could really hurt it. Plus, it makes a pressurized zone that can make that all the more likely. And if that happens, the turbo fails, most of the time they're going to be oil-fed turbos from the engine, and you might end up with a blown engine, and the last thing you want to do is replace this engine because it looks like it might be a little bit of a tough job, and there's not a lot of information out about that yet. But besides that goofiness, we decided that we're going with a turbo manifold. So our exhaust manifold is going to be, we're going to take the place of the factory exhaust manifold with our turbo manifold. And that's what we're working on today. Now, if you have not joined us for part one of this, we mocked it up with plastic and figured out what bends we needed and how things were going to lie out. This time, we're going to check out the system with a rough tack welded together version of the manifold, and then I'm going to show you what it's going to look like near final production. Now, we are planning to have this as two version of a kit. We're developing the single version right now, not down here like I was just saying, but we are planning to put the turb skis basically under the carbon fiber here. Now, they should fit with your factory engine appearance package, or like if you have it or not. But we're also going to create an extension for this bad boy. You're going to see that we are going to offer a high mount version of it, where basically there will be an extension and some different piping in order to go to our custom intercooler. It should be really cool for those who want to flaunt the turbo setup, but also ideally it's going to work with those who have bought the convertible as well. We are back with Fowler FSP. Now that we got the headers off and kind of skipped that part of filming here, we will test fit the manifolds and see what they look like. If you guys notice, we got a little prototype action going on here. The Mishimoto cash cans, killing it. And that's going to be pretty cool. We kind of want to make sure that these are going to work with the turbo kit as well, because we're going to need something like that, and we're going to also need some good ventilation too from some serious crankcase pressure for when we really start pressing the nuts off of this thing. Definitely do not want to blow out the front crank seal, do we?
Don't motor that happens.
Yeah. Okay, let's get the manifolds on and see how they look.
Oh, you
and so here we go. Look at that. Wait, so we have the pipe kind of like lightly roughed out. This is where the turbo is going to sit. It's going to hit here, or sit here, not hit here, and yeah, that looks good on the
this side was a bit more intricate.
Passenger side. Stay alive. We need you.
Just broke
and then
$40 million Turbo Smart sticker.
Oh no. And so
That side's really simple.
yeah. Now, did we put a spot for the wastegate?
Yeah, it's marked. We use these. This little blendy.
Cool.
They're kind of facing down, and then we'll come up back into the down plate. The wastegates will be from underneath.
The wastegates will be from underneath, like directly underneath, or
Kind of on like a 45-degree angle.
okay. Yeah, because we definitely don't want to run into the spark plug wires.
No, that's why I put them on there. So.
Yep. Cool.
I think we'll probably solidify that, like build the rest of the manifold, mount turbos, and then I'll bring the wastegate piece prefab.
Tack it.
Yeah, and we'll tack it here so we don't screw it up, because all it's going to take is a couple of degrees to ruin everybody's weekend.
Yep. So here's it out of the car. Just trying to mock things up. Gonna get the wastegate on coming out of
Yeah,
45,
it's kinda half on that too.
45-ish, 45er. Yeah,
and
that's
this flange sits like that.
yeah. And then this will end up going back into the
90.
90 into the downpipe. But that's
Fancy.
pretty cool. Yeah. So how long until we get to run this thing?
Shouldn't be too long. I'd say maybe a week, 2 weeks. I got some stuff planned.
Killing me! Killing me!
Sorry. I promised some headers to some customers, so like I'll probably maybe tonight. The missus is she has to work tomorrow, so maybe tonight I'll play around on the computer and get that all, because I'm gonna need some templates to make those some of those merges, and then we'll cobble together the first set, and if it goes well, then we'll get fixturing made, and then we can send these to the people around the world.
Oh boy.
Except really what we should do is bring them here to you.
I know. We'll
so
start
they
there.
can meet you and experience all that is CSP. Hang
Yeah.
out with the boys.
Yeah. They're not allowed in the shop right now.
Insurance purposes.
Coronavirus.
That's true.
No, we'll figure it out. But yeah, we want people to come to us, but we also want to create a good part, which is why we're working with you. Do. Okay. Here comes the other one.
Yeah, I put it back together so I can drive home.
Yeah.
That's what I asked.
It's like, well,
I'm like, do you have to put this back together to go home? He's like, yeah.
this one is pretty basic. Basically, it sits right at that level.
And then we
Which
had
will end up being out there.
Right.
And wastegate, driver's side.
That'll be right off of it, basically.
Yeah, right in the same area.
Yeah.
They're both more or less symmetric, and I think we had talked about we might add some straights so that they're height-wise the same in the engine bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would-
It'll help
would
add
be
some
good.
length, keep them equal.
You want the other
Equal-ish.
flange?
The other flange.
Or is the one fine?
One's probably
Okay.
fine. I probably won't tack those on. Just we only have one set, right?
For now.
Yeah, we'll have more coming. Yeah.
Well, I just don't want to, wreck them. I'm sure those weren't cheap, were they?
I don't know.
They're actually not that expensive. They're $34.
Oh, that's actually not too bad at all. I could
Yeah,
always
we-
make you another one at work.
Well,
Yeah, those are all.
Yeah,
the
those-
ones for the back of the turbos. But
Too
we
small.
ordered new ones. They just don't interlock.
yeah, we got to
Oh,
figure
man.
that
It's
out.
like just barely. I don't know what. But we have more coming. So whatever.
Cool beans, man.
Yes.
But we don't have to worry about it.
I think you should have went retro with like a 38mm bolt-on, 2-bolt.
2-bolt. I hate those things.
What?
2-bolt warped flange, gasket blowing out. Those are the best.
Yeah, that's exactly what the C8
It's like
deserves.
a wastegate all the time.
She's like a stepchild. It's,
I like the 40s that I had on mine. They're a little smaller overall. Don't forget the fire ring, because everybody else does. That's the most common thing I want to forget.
Yeah, I just feel like my wastegates are
Yeah.
not working properly. What did I do wrong? I have
Yeah.
this extra part. Where does this go?
Yeah.
Or when they put them in upside down too.
Yeah.
It happens on some of them.
Cool. So there's your update, guys. Making progress.
Don't tell the postal service that we use their box for non-official
Well,
post office.
that's already a used box. So we're good.
So they already got their money's worth.
Yeah, they got their money's
Okay.
worth. Maybe. When we're done, maybe we could get to this. What do you think? Do you think we could ever get to this? This is a cast version.
Well, it's up to you, the people, to make Andrew do this. See, if you buy these and you order them in such large volumes that we can't keep up, then we do this for you, which is it's called lost wax casting. So essentially they make this header out of wax, candle wax, cover it in like a slurry of clay for like days. Then they melt the wax out and pour molten stainless steel in, and you get this really nice, really smooth casting. Now what's cool about these is these are actually done in the same foundries that do OEM exhaust manifolds. Volkswagen actually is one that the foundry does some of their emissions parts. So you really have a nice, smooth, awesome transition part. So if you give Andrew the reason to double down on these, then we can do really cool things with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd like to do. So if we have enough interest in our turbo kits, this is, you know, how they're gonna look.
All right, so start off with this casting, do a little bit of finish work to make them nice and flat, put the bolt holes in, things like that, and you got a OEM quality piece that basically replaces your factory manifold.
Very cool. Thanks for showing us that.
Yeah, of course.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's update with the manifolds. We are making some good progress. Next up, I'm going to be fitting this bad boy turbo here. This is a comp turbo. This is American made in California. It is all American made, which is pretty sweet, and it's really light. This is one of the oilless ones that we're going to be ending up putting on. It's only 13 pounds, which means that when we're using this, the turbo system itself isn't going to weigh a lot, so you're probably not going to have a whole slew of added weight like you would with you know, some of the other brands. And this is a really nice piece. It's a V Bandit, so again, very lightweight. And this comes in an oilless version, which is what I plan to use on mine because I want to test it out. At the same time, we are going to be offering this with a scavenge pump and putting the turbo feed from the. We're going to take oil from the engine and put it back into it, so you know we will have it both ways. Really excited to see what happens. Here's a little preview of how the manifold is looking, and also here is another picture of how the manifold might look when it's all said and done and all polished up and, you know, pretty clean. This is like if we don't get it cast made. But yeah, so stay tuned to the channel because we are going to be plugging and chugging on this bad boy, and ideally we're going to have a running prototype really soon. And definitely hit up our website, cspracing.com, sign up for our newsletter, and we will keep you updated as we near like the production phase and how much this setup is going to cost. We have a number in mind, and ideally it's going to fall into that. So guys, we'll see you on the next video, and thanks again for watching. Adios. I don't know how I press the stop button with a turbo in my hand.